Hello, it's first time in a bit that I've done a kit look at, I would say review, because this kit is from 1963. Its original tooling was 1963, been re-released this year in 24, sorry, 20 years out of date myself. And yeah, it's older than Doctor Who, unless it was released in November. Yes, Kennedy was still alive, probably when this was released. This was tooled. That's the new box anyway, by Airfix, and that's the instructions for the decals on the back. They've managed to get it down to this size box, and they say those three colours there: silver, black, and gunmetal. But when I come to build it, I'll probably put different shades. But I'm not building it for a while yet, probably next year now. But it'll have a full range of Harriers, fine, or P.1127 / Kestrel in this case. In 1963, the sprues came in a bag, and they pretty much came in a bag this time too. So I've taken out the bag, and got the classic of the time, the sprues on trees, raised rivet detail, which actually is not too raised, and there's some recessed lines for the control surfaces, except for the tail where they got just a raised line, but I can score a mark there to simulate the join of the rudder. The fan is a bit crude, but I may have a spare fan I can put there as well. It's very tempting because I got so many used Harrier parts. I gotta be careful not to put too much Harrier stuff on it, because it's not a Harrier, it's a Kestrel or P.1127. Now the wings are slightly smaller. I'll show you this old model wing, Mark 1 Harrier. They're slightly smaller, but expect that when they're prototypes. I've also got some pre-used exhaust nozzles, but I don't want to change too much, because the point is that it's not a Harrier, and I don't want to lose the differences that you get in the pre-production experimental stage. So I'll try and make it as authentic as possible to the craft review's time. You don't get on the photographs, there's a bit of a raised area over there on the intakes, but that doesn't show. And there's been so many different developments during its time that every photograph I see of one seems to be slightly different, with slightly different decals or markings, or slightly different modifications. Some got a big aerial at the front, some haven't. This is a nice, one of the best of the molds is the front aerial cutter tube type of thing. Very small elevators, and they're on this time they were horizontal, so that'll mark it as different. I'll probably have to scratch build some detail of the interior, because it's back in the days when it's just two pegs and just slotted in there, you know. That's your interior. One weird looking ejector seat, no panel, no nothing. But I do have spare ejector seats, so maybe I can put that in like that. Same goes for the cockpit canopy, which is pretty blank, except on, you have to look very carefully, but there are markings on there if I put it to the right light. But I do have a alternative canopy I could use, but again, I want to try and remember it's not a Harrier, it's a P1127. So there we are. That's the sprue parts, all 61 years old tooling that they are. The instructions are simple, but probably improved from the back in the day. There's not many parts to it, so there's not much to show. See how the size of the cockpit match the size of the intakes. A bit of fitting out there, and they got a little man there. You can stay safely out. And nice how they've highlighted the canopy is in a blue colour these days, and the paint instructions and the call outs, which we wouldn't have had in the old days. But yeah, so just the usual what do you expect from a simple kit. Got the option for raised wheels. I can't remember now, I don't know if you noticed whether there's probably a hole there to clean out, but I won't be having the hole in the bottom for putting on a stand. This will very much be a museum piece. The decals, they're of a usual modern quality, and they've been upgraded, I'm sure. And you've got two aircraft airframes to choose from, but there's nothing on the box to say if there's any difference between XP831 and 836. So you would go by thinking the markings are the same. Sometimes there was a roundel on them, sometimes there wasn't. So I don't know, I'll have to check the photograph, see if there's any indication there of what I should do. But yeah, I'm not quite happy with that. There's enough decals for going on with for a little kit like this, I think. And there probably wouldn't be much decals on there in the first place. It's experimental aircraft really, isn't it? So there we are, that's the Hawker P1127 re-release, classic, vintage classic from 61 years ago by Airfix. Alright, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.